Hello, I'm Teresha Young, relationship master coach, and welcome to Real-ationship Talk. The art of deep listening. Sounds simple, doesn't it? All you have to do is listen deeply. But how do you listen to your partner? Could there be a few natural enemies that are really preventing you from listening effectively to your partner? If so, you would not be the only one. And this is what I'm going to be covering in this week's episode. Because for today, I have been asked, how can I start listening to my partner? My partner has accused me of not listening to him. And to be fair, I do struggle with taking time to listen, as often when I get home, I'm tired and don't have the energy for long conversation, as I've been talking all day in meetings, and I also get distracted on my phone when I'm at home catching up on life. I do appreciate he wants to tell me about his day, and it's not that I'm not interested. I really want to make an effort though to listen to him, but in a meaningful way. How can I show him that I'm listening with care? And that is a really powerful, effective, and also reflective question. Because what you have done is you have acknowledged that your partner is asking for a need to be fulfilled. He wants you to listen to him. And there may be so many other people listening to this video, empathizing with your situation, whether they are on the receiving end of not feeling listened to, seen, understood, or whether it is somebody like yourself who knows that there could be more that could be done. So I'm going to run through exactly what you can do in order to listen with care, because effectively communicating with a partner isn't always easy. There will be conflict, challenges, frustrations, irritations, and all the other niggles that come along with being in a romantic relationship. And this will impact on everybody's communication style. And as you said, things like being tired, being in meetings all day, even though you really want to give your undivided attention to your partner, you just don't necessarily have the energy or the mental capacity to be able to do so. So I'm going to run through with you what exactly you can do, because I mentioned at the start of this video that there could be a few natural enemies that are preventing you from really listening with care when it comes to your relationship and listening to your partner. Sometimes it's the internal chatter that goes on in our mind, and sometimes it can steer you to jump in a conversation, or it could steer you to actually finish off somebody else's sentence. And sometimes that cannot be very helpful because that person hasn't fully been able to express themselves in the way that they want to do so. Also, tension can be a natural enemy that can stop you from listening with care. And it could be that you are tense and your attention is diverted elsewhere. So for example, like you said, you can get distracted on your phone, and that can cause a lot of tension as well. And fixed stares, be mindful of fixed stares, because eye contact is crucial when it comes to communication. There's so much components when it comes to communication, body language being one of it, and we're talking about eye contact, but don't be glaring as well or looking through your partner when they're talking to you, because people can sense that you're not fully engaged with what they're saying. So I love this quote by Stephen Covey, actually, where he said, most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. Do you often find yourself in that situation? Because if we are feeling rushed or like we don't have time to listen to somebody, you're constantly trying to formulate a response in your mind as to, okay, so do you mean this, or do you know? Just take a time to fully understand what your partner is saying. So here are a few steps that you can take in order to fully listen with care, to be engaged. So the first thing to do is to stop. Stop completely what you are doing. The second step is to look deeply into your partner's eyes. The third step is to listen and to show positive body language. Now, we have to be mindful that when we are feeling tired, exhausted, or feeling rushed, or that we don't have time to listen, we can demonstrate body language that doesn't seem very warm, very opening, receiving, very attentive. So just be mindful about how you're sitting. Be open with your arms rather than having them crossed. Don't have your back turned towards your partner when they're listening. Don't have a massive gap between them as well. Don't be sitting on one sofa and on the other sofa. See how much intimacy, and intimacy is the element of closeness that you can create with your partner in that moment. So be very mindful about your body language. Give them a good eye contact and be very open and turn towards them so it looks like you are receiving the information that they are sharing with you. And think in terms of fully understanding your partner's key points rather than preparing your reply. So I will repeat those 4 steps. Stop, look, listen, think. So it is said that we listen with 2 ears. Yes, we do. But as Stephen Covey says, it's about listening with your eyes and also with your heart too. So this is what Stephen Covey has suggested that we can do and how we can listen with our hearts too. So ears, what is being said and what tone of voice is being used by your partner. Listen to the way that your partner talks, describes things, their belief systems, the tone in which they're speaking as well. Is the tone in which they're speaking matching what they're saying? You know, the audio and also what they're saying, the way in which they are saying it. Is it fast? Is it slow? Perhaps they are rushing the conversation because they know that typically you feel rushed and they're not actually taking the time because they feel like there's only a limited amount of time they have with you. So just really listen to that. As I mentioned before, eye contact is absolutely vital. Focus on your partner. Give them the eye contact that they desire as well. And then it really builds that intimacy between both of you. Also have a look at their body language. I spoke to be mindful of your body language, but what about their body language? You can sense so much. In actual fact, it said that 50% of, or 55% of the way that we communicate is through our body language. So have a look at their body language. Are they getting flustered? Are they not giving you eye contact? If they're not giving you eye contact, encourage them, bring them in, draw them in, and see if you can get them to turn towards you too. It works both ways. It will really build on the connection. And what about your instincts as well? Do you sense that your partner is actually truly communicating something important to them? And when you are looking at all of those components, if you actually use your instincts, use your intuition, does it actually really, really feel like your partner is communicating something important to them? And it's not what is important to you or what you perceive to be important. They're wishing to share a piece of their life with you. Can you really sense that? And your heart, as you listen to your partner, notice how you empathize with what is being said. What are you sensing that your partner is feeling right now? When you can actually tap into what you sense that your partner might be feeling right now, you can better understand what your partner is thinking, and it will open that up to you, and also for them to be able to feel that you are fully listening to them, that they are being seen, that they're being heard, and that they are being understood. So a lovely acronym for you that can help you, because I love an acronym, and sometimes we do need a little bit of structure when it comes to a new practice, when it comes to a new habit. And lo and behold, the acronym is actually EARS, EARS. So in order to delve more into your partner's needs, what exactly they're wanting to share with you. E, explore by asking questions. A, affirm to show you are deep listening. R, reflect your understanding. And S, silence, listen some more. Now, when you have actually started to nurture the art of deep listening, and you have considered and you are carrying out all of those key components that I have spoken about in this video, you'll be able to tap into what exactly your partner really needs in that moment. Do they just want you to listen? Or are they looking for a piece of advice? Sometimes I just want you to, have a lending, listening ear, for them to be a kind of like a sounding board. And sometimes they are looking for a bit of help. And you can ask them, is there something I can do to help you in this moment? Or how can I help you? Are you looking for help? Ask those questions, see what the response is. And if you know your partner's love language, it could be a case that they're just looking for physical touch. And they may just want you to give them a hug, hold their hand, or have that physical closeness by sitting next to them. It could be a word of affirmation that they're looking for, a word of encouragement at that time. It could be an act of service. They could want you to do something or need you to do something for them in that moment. It could be a gift. It doesn't mean you have to go out there and spend money on a lavish gift, but it could be something quite small that they're looking for. It could be quality time that they're looking for in that. If you know your partner's love language, and there's a quiz that you can do online by Gary Chapman. If you type in the search engine 5 love languages, you can discover what your predominant, your primary love language is, and how you want your needs to be filled, not necessarily how your partner thinks they want your needs to be filled, or how they think your needs should be filled and met. And when you can speak your partner's love language, in that moment when you have actively listened to them, you'll be in a better, stronger position to know how exactly you can help them if that's what they're looking for. I trust this has been helpful for you, and for also people who are listening to this. This may resonate quite deeply with you too. Communication issues is one of the biggest gripes that my coaching clients, especially when I'm doing couple coaching, speak to me about. So learning to communicate effectively and with care is absolute key. And I actually detail about this in my free e-guide, which is 5 dating and relationship green flags for healthy love. And if you would like a copy of that, please do check out the link, which will be somewhere around this video in the description section or comment section. Please do grab yourself a free copy. And also, if you would like a private session with me, because this is resonating deeply with you, then feel free to check out my website, www.tereshayoung.com, where you can book in some time to have a non-obligatory conversation with myself. Until next time, take great care of yourself and others too.